Movement in virtual reality. Something that should hopefully be as natural as possible, right? If you're trying to immerse yourself inside the virtual world, you would hopefully want it to work kind of like the real one, but better. That includes movement. So far, we're stuck with analog sticks, something we've had on controllers for like the longest time. It's not incredibly natural, even though it is less exercise, which, as we all know, is always very good. But thankfully, companies like Kat VR have been working hard throughout the past few years to bring us more natural movement inside our virtual space. What is up, everyone? I'm Mysticle, and today we're going to be checking out the Kat Walk C, the latest iteration of the Kat Walk VR treadmill from Kat VR. So, as usual, in case you like this one, slap that red button down below. And let's get right into the video. A few months back, we got to try out the Kat Walk C, a slide mill, if you will. It's not necessarily a treadmill, as there's nothing moving underneath your feet. It's your feet sliding on a slidey surface, allowing you to run in any direction, with the slide mill being shaped somewhat like a bowl, allowing your feet to easily move. It's not 1:1 like walking or running, but it is very, very similar. And with a few minutes of just trying it out, I was able to run on it without issues. And a lot of people seem to have the same kind of reaction to it. At first, it can be a little bit funny and slippery, but later on it just becomes kind of like normal running. I myself had experience with the Kat Walk C, the original version, so jumping onto the Kat Walk C2 was a breeze. Now, let's talk about the Kat Walk C2, as there's a few details here that have changed since the first one. For example, with the first one you had two sizes, depending on your height. Now you only have one size of the treadmill. Now, keep in mind what I have here is a prototype, and things have already been changing as we speak. For example, during the live stream, I jumped up and the back plate fell off. Kat VR contacted me that very same day, telling me they're sending me a replacement updated version of that part to fix that problem. And they did, and the problem was gone. So if you notice any irregularities here, that's usually why. The product that you would be getting if you were to purchase this would be fully completed and of course have none of these issues. Now, this has a recommended user height of 1.6 meters to 1.95 meters, or 5'3" to 6'5", but it supports user heights from 1.55 meters to 2 meters, or 5'1" to 6'7", with a maximum weight capacity of 130 kg. The size of the treadmill doesn't seem to have changed too much, except for maybe the height of it. Same for the weight, it seems, even though it did seem lighter to me, but I've been told that that seems to just be me becoming stronger. I don't know how true that is, but that's what Kat VR told me. The treadmill now also has these really cool LEDs at the bottom, which weren't there earlier, that turn on and change blue when you're using the treadmill and makes it look super futuristic. Now, as well as the cool LEDs, this treadmill also has haptic feedback, meaning it will vibrate under your feet when you touch the treadmill with them. Now, this can be turned off or on, as it can be quite loud, but it is still really cool and definitely adds to the experience. Everything overall just seems to look a lot more modern on this one. Now, it's not that the other one didn't look cool or anything, but this just seems much more modern. The unboxing experience and the instructions were pretty damn simple. It's just there was nothing about the lubricant inside the instructions, but they've told me they're adding that as well now, and you can check out the build process live on live stream right over here. And while I can't have it out inside my house constantly because of the size of my home, this thing is quite large. We've established that in the past. For the time that I did get to use it in, it was really good. Multiple design changes have been implemented here, including the fact that the shoes now look completely different. And I've been told that I can show you the bottom of the shoes now, so you can see here that they also include a little wheel to help you move on the treadmill. And now we are also using the technology of optics. So in the past, we would have these sensors, kind of like the Kat Loco S, on the shoes just to kind of grab the gyro from you moving your feet. It wasn't entirely 100% always incredibly accurate, and you couldn't walk backwards. Now, with optical sensors at the bottom of the shoes, it's just like a mouse. You can move it in any direction. It's incredibly accurate, allows you to move back, and allows you to maybe complete motions that would have been impossible to do in the past. And I have seen this in-game. It is a lot more accurate than the past one, and I'm loving the fact that they're using optics, a technology that has been with us for ages, but for some reason hadn't been used here yet. Along with the new shoes, there's now a button built into the treadmill itself to allow you to recenter yourself in-game, making that a lot easier than it was in the past, because in the past you'd have to do that in software. So now it's just a press of a button and boom, you're recentered. So what's the experience like? Running on the treadmill, again, as I said earlier, isn't 1:1 the same as it would be in real life. However, now you can also walk more naturally on the treadmill, possibly because of those wheels, or maybe it's some other additions made to the shoes, but it is a lot easier to just walk, as there is friction between your shoes and the slide mill, because it is a sliding motion, let's remember that, so there will be friction there, making it sometimes harder to walk around, but of course that's what the lubricant is for. If you sometimes find out that it's not exactly the way you want it, just lube it up a little more. But yes, walking, running, and walking or running backwards, don't try running backwards, I don't recommend, is really simple here. And also, it can hold you while you're flying. It can hold you in the air. It's quite strong. You won't be falling over and damaging anything. Well, okay, I shouldn't be saying that because that might just happen. But you can fly or swim. It's not necessarily the most comfortable thing to do, but people wanted me to try it, so I did. If this is something that interests you, yeah, it's there, but you need to have some pretty damn impeccable balance, which I didn't have. The Kat Walk C now also comes with a sitting module in case that's something you want, or in case that's something you need. This will allow you to freely rotate on the treadmill while sitting down in case you're playing a game like No Man's Sky and you're sitting inside of a space shuttle. So there's a lot of new additions here that make it a lot nicer than the first iteration. Oh, and it's also cheaper than the first one, coming in at $1,098 until July 31st, and then after that costing $1,299 compared to the $1,499 that the original was, which is really nice. The experience of actually running on the treadmill is incredible. It adds to the immersion a lot. Again, this is something that you need to get used to at the very beginning, but once you do actually get used to it, it's really, really easy. It almost comes naturally, I guess you could say. And playing games like No Man's Sky or The Forest are absolutely amazing on this. Games where you have open world exploration. It will really allow you to feel the immense size of the world that you're traveling in, because it's no longer you standing in a space. You now actually have to use exercise and the power of your own legs to traverse these worlds, allowing your brain to comprehend the size of them a lot better. If you want to play FPSs with this, it's probably not the best idea. While it is very accurate, you'll just put yourself at a disadvantage, and sometimes it can over or undershoot, or at least that's what I've found for me right now. It doesn't seem to be a big problem, and it doesn't happen constantly, and it's probably just because I have the prototype. Either way, playing FPS is on this, it's not for you. But if you are into those exploration games, or even VR chat, if you want to feel like you're walking, or want to feel the size of the world, or just want to use it for exercise, you can get quite sweaty on this thing really fast, then this is incredible. It's a massive upgrade from the first one in both accuracy and simplicity of actually moving around on the treadmill. Definitely thanks to those new shoes, I definitely recommend this. But there are also some caveats. Nothing is perfect, and the same thing comes here. That friction, again, makes it not 100% the same as moving in real life. So if you're looking for something that will be 100% identical, this isn't it. The size is also another thing. Again, I can't have this out constantly inside my house because of how large it is. Another thing is the noise. While it has been reduced on this one, it's still quite loud. It's still shoes clapping up against a plastic surface, and that makes noise. So if you're living with neighbors or don't want to annoy your family, I mean, you definitely won't be playing this thing at night. And while, again, it is quieter than the first one, it's still not ideal. Also, a question I feel like a lot of people are going to have, this is currently PCVR only. And I'm saying currently because Kat VR are actually working on a way to get this working with Quest Standalone, which is going to be incredible if they manage to make it happen, because that's the headset most people have, and also wireless is always amazing. I mean, you don't want to get tangled in a wire while running on a treadmill. However, If you don't care about any of these, or you have a warehouse to play VR in or something like that, then this is probably the product for you. I don't know of any other treadmills out there. I haven't tried any other. Nope, that's not true. I did try one in a VR arcade. This one is definitely a much newer and better iteration, but I love it. And I know for a fact that once I get a studio, this thing will be out consistently for me to run and exercise on, even during the rainy days. But that is going to be it for today's video. I know I definitely missed some things here and there, as that's just what I do. So if you guys have any questions, or you think I forgot something, do ask me down in the comment section below, and I'll do my very best to answer them. But let me know what you think about treadmills down below, or slide mills, actually. Tell me, do you think that slide mills are the way to go, or are you going to be waiting for a VR treadmill? I know I didn't make it before the campaign ended, but multiple things were happening, and unfortunately, that was impossible. However, I'm really happy that this video is now here for you guys to check out in case you are interested in buying the Kat Walk C2, and that is going to be it. If you guys like this one, please leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please do tell me why down in the comment section below. Thank you so much to the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys help me out a ton, paying my bills, paying my subscriptions, and overall helping me make these videos better. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS and merch that does not put a huge ad on your body. And of course, we have that weird button that YouTube added now, and the Patreon is down there too. Do check out our Discord, do check out our Reddit. I want to see you posting your spicy memes on there. And that is going to be it. If you want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack the subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.